Hello everyone, welcome to This Day. It is Thursday, it is May 29th. I'm Michael Taylor, happy to be here with you. Are you having a great week? I hope you are. I was watching the NBA games last night, the playoffs, some amazing games, OKC and Minnesota. That was a good one last night. I hope you're enjoying your week. I hope you enjoyed your Memorial Day weekend, and we're already headed into another weekend, so there you go. On our show today, we've got a good one for you as well. We're going to be talking get an update from Third Mutual. We're going to have Moon Young going to be in here. We're going to be talking about what happens when you have maybe some damages in your home, water damage, some sort of remediation, and the new processes that you have to go through to get through that. And so important information for you for folks who are in Third, so stay tuned for that. Right now, though, hey, we're talking summer, we're talking Memorial Day, the official start, and let's talk about our pools. We have some great stuff going on in the pools. All pools are open now for summer sessions. It's the summer season, so let's make it happen. So the end of the winter pool season is over, and now they're into the summer sessions. All 5 pools are now open, including the seasonal reopening of Pool 6. There's extended summer hours are in effect for pools 1 and 4 and 5. And Children's Swim has moved to Pool 6 and is now scheduled daily from noon to 4 p.m. So if you have the grandkids or the kids over, they get to go in the pool over there during those times. The swim clinic returns to Pool 2, moving from Pool 5, so that's also happening, so there you go. You can look at the schedule anytime on the Village website, and you can go into Recreation. That's where it's going to be listed under there for more information on that. Speaking of pools and outdoors, let's talk about our weather, and we got some pretty good temperatures for us, 60s to mid-60s, or 70s to mid-70s rather, going on here. Today's going to be a cool one though. We got the morning clouds, hoping you're going to shift that to some afternoon sunshine. Got the same kind of thing going on tomorrow as the temperatures warm up just a little bit. And look at Saturday and Sunday. Pretty nice temperatures. A little bit cloudy on Saturday, but we're still going to have some warmer temperatures. It's going to be nice for that pool time if you're getting out there this weekend. And 75 on Sunday. Then we cool off a little bit on Monday. So we got this kind of wavy, kind of mid-70s to low 70s thing going on in our temperatures with the marine layer. It is our May gray and June gloom time of year, so it's hard to get all that sunshine through, but still warm temperatures, pretty nice. Let's take a look at our sunrise and sunset while we're at it here. And beautiful picture here from Danny Henson. Thank you, Danny, for sending this to us over at Garden Center 1. Beautiful blooms going on. I love all the flowers that are out right now. It's really a nice time of year here in Southern California. Sunrise this morning was 5:42. Sunset tonight is going to be 7:54. Take a nice walk down at the beach if you can. Watch the sunset. All right, if you'd like to send us a picture like Danny did, we'd love to see it. We love pets, places, vacation spots, or out and about the town. We love any kind of pictures you want to send us, and we will use them. Email us at lagunawoodsvillagetv@gmail.com. Make sure you include your name, and if you send us a picture of your pet, make sure you include your pet's name too, where you took the picture, and we'll use it in our sunrise, sunset segment. Okay, we got one meeting to tell you about. Then when we come back, we'll get you an update from Third Mutual and Moon Young. Stay with us.
We all have the power to shape the world. We're connected to the world we share, to each other. I am Future. I wait in the world of Echo.
Echo, the spectacular new show by Cirque du Soleil, opens May 23rd under the Big Top at Laguna Hills Mall. Tickets at cirquedusoleil.com.
The world is yours to create.
Echo thanks its official partner, Air Canada.
Hi, my name is Annette, owner of Window Jazz. We're here in Laguna Woods, replacing old windows with new, energy-efficient, state-of-the-art products. We're here with our installation team, upgrading old windows to make this property feel new and beautiful. New replacement windows and doors will make a major impact on the appearance of this home. They'll increase the property value and save homeowners money by reducing energy costs while providing a comfortable indoor climate. Let Window Jazz do the same for you. Call us today for a free consultation.
California Club presents the Ultimate Legend Series. Special discounted pricing starting at $72, also $108 and $144 for all 4 shows. On sale from May 29th through July 4th. Individual show tickets available beginning 90 days before each show. Take advantage of these terrific savings now. Don't miss these amazing bands. More information, visit CaliforniaClubLWV.com.
Hearing connects you back to life. Don't settle for being trapped in the isolation of poor hearing. Advanced Ear can help you hear friends, family, and caregivers. We provide one-on-one hearing programs that will amaze you with the quality of how much better you can hear. There's no cost to hear the improvement we deliver. You'll be able to hear better the minute you put these on. No buttons to push or technology to be afraid of. We deliver better hearing, guaranteed. Come in so we can connect you back to life. And remember, tell them Stuart sent you.
Time to find out what the latest and greatest update is from Third Mutual, and we want to welcome Moon Young, Director for Third over there. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for inviting me over.
Absolutely. So one of the big topics you guys want to talk about today, or the update we're going to get, is on damage and restoration process that has to go on. And unfortunately, those things happen, whether it's a flood or some sort of termite or whatever it might be, some sort of damage that goes on. And you guys have updated the processes and want to walk through those with us, right?
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, so let's start with the damage and restoration process. Like, where do we, starting point, if there's a leak, what do we do there, and what is that process like?
When you have a damage, especially water leak, that need to be secured, because that if we don't secure quickly, and the damage is gonna be expand, and then mold and many other issues coming along with it. So first thing is we have to secure.
Right, that's the emergency part where you get somebody out there immediately, either shut off the water or crimp a pipe or whatever it might be.
Yeah. Once we have our team there and they find the problems, and then they can, if it's water damage, they're gonna have a dry down first. Once dry down is pretty much under control, then they need to do testing. So if there's any molding issues or that, if there's molding issues, then the problem is getting bigger because all that area needed to be taken away.
Right.
So we don't have any mold issues in that area
So the
at
mold
all.
remediation has to happen, and then dry out and that whole thing.
And then once that is clear completely, then we're gonna go through the rebuilding process. But if there's no molding issues detected, then we're gonna go right down to the rebuilding process.
So there's the two pathways we see on the slide here. One is to secure the leak, dry down, then rebuild if there's no damage. But the other one that kind of sometimes takes a little time and can be a little more costly is when you have to test, see about the mold. If there is any, you have to do the abatement there. And then once everything's cleared, then we go to rebuild.
Correct.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. And so is there anything different about that process that you guys are talking about in terms of any updates, or that's the one that's
No,
in place
this
all the
has
time,
been
right?
going on a long
Right.
time, and I think we've been doing it. But I like to see the little bit better way to do it, or benefit to the resident. But somehow, whatever the system is still going on in the same way.
Now, when we talk about damage restoration, full damage restoration is something that's been damaged. That doesn't mean, hey, a homeowner can't say, oh, well, while we're at it, let's do a little bit of a remodel and things like that. So that's not part of this, what we're talking about here, right?
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, when damage occurred, whatever is there needed to be restored to that point, but to the resident point of view. But the Third Mutual doesn't do that to that point. Third Mutual doesn't do any alterations, any upgrading. They don't touch that. So they want to have original wall, drywall, and the paint. That's the end of it. Then whatever left and the tile or anything else, then it's a resident expense, a resident responsibility.
Now, could a resident or say come in there and say, hey, we're gonna retile in here, or we were gonna do a new floor in here, we wanted some sort of upgrade? How does that work if they want that to be, while this is, hey, since the wall's already torn out or the floor's already torn out, can I do this? Does the HOA come in and say, okay, well, here's what we would have paid, and that's what we're going to do, or do you turn it over to them and say, well, that's up to you then?
That could be a very good time if they want to upgrade it, they want to change it. whatever it has been before, because they're gonna have a drywall, blank, so they can do that. But my point is, whatever they already done, the tiling and upgrading before moisture intrusion, and then to resident point of view, it needed to be restored to that point. But the mutual has a different policy. They are not going to help that.
Right.
They're going to go original drywall and the paint part. So from that on is all the resident responsibility. I have a problem with that actually, but that's the policy. I'm trying to change it, but I couldn't do it.
Not yet. Maybe there'll be some movement on that in later meetings. Now, there's a time limit into the HOA and the cost of recovery, and there's the cost is non-negotiation and no competition there.
Yeah. When they are rebuilding process or in any process of the damage control, damage restoring process, there's a lot of vendors involved, testing involved, except that the security first come in and they detected it. After that, they are using testing, they are vending, and then drywall, dry out is also, and restoring also. There are a lot of vendors involved. But my point is, the resident does not have any other choice, whatever the HOA gave it to them. And they should have a choice, at least, whenever I have some fixing to do, I'm gonna call 3-4 different, then I'm compare that, I'll make a decision. But in this case, resident does not have any choice at this point.
Now, pipe leaks, things like that, that's just kind of a natural thing as buildings get older. But what happens in terms of insurance of maybe who caused the damage? If it was maybe the resident's fault, they plugged up a pipe, or they left the water running and there was a flood. So that also comes into a case where it's maybe has to be their insurance that deals with it, not the HOA, right?
Yeah. Cost recovery, anything we do, it costs money, right? Somebody have to recover that. And HOA, okay, so HOA think residents should have insurance, and the insurance should pay for it. But a lot of residents complaining to me, the insurance denies it, whatever the reason is, maybe time reason or that. For instance, if the damage occurred and then within 6 months or within a year, and they can file the insurance. But in my case, I had 4 damages, water leakage.
Oh, wow.
And then one case was 3.5 years I got noticed from the HOA. So I even don't know I had that damage because there was a rental unit. And so, that is really, there is a time limit for insurance, and then resident, taking all the responsibility because the HOAs didn't do timely job. And also when the damage occur, especially the water damage, either by your upstairs or neighbor next to it, and some damage coming to you, water coming to you, or to the mutual's common area, pipe broken and coming to me, or water damage from raining, or some other I made my own mistake, water damaged. And so, to me, whatever the damage done, there's who made that happen, and who got the blunt end. So whoever make that happen and damaged should be responsible. But somehow, third mutual is not responsible, they claimed.
Okay.
Yeah, but if the upstairs person did that, upstairs person, you can negotiate, you can sue that, or neighbor. If you own, you have to take your own responsibility. But somehow, as it is, third mutual claims, they are not responsible whatsoever.
Okay, so
So that's a little bit away from tort.
there's a sticking point there that you'd like to see better.
Yeah, to me, it's a fair. Whoever damaged, you have to be responsible. But somehow, not in this case, they claims.
So let's talk about unauthorized alterations and what happens in those cases in terms of in terms of like what's fair and things like that.
Yeah. Any alteration we have to do, we need a permit. Some of them are permit, some of them you don't need a permit. But whatever you need a permit, needed to get permit. Because of all the paperwork, and it takes a time. Maybe sometimes it takes months, 2 months, even 3 months in my case. So you have to sit tight for 3 months doing nothing. So we are incurring cost, waiting, anxious, all that. So a lot
You don't have the use of whatever that area, whether it was a bathroom or kitchen, that's off limits for a while too, in that kind of wait.
Yeah, you cannot do anything until permit coming back to you. But a lot of contractor, Laguna Woods has maybe 150 to 200 contractors, and then resident, they know they can get away without waiting, and they get it done, and then later they file the permit after done.
After the work?
Afterward. So the penalty for that is only $50 so far.
Yeah.
So I don't.
That's a little low.
If I'm the vendor, I'm the resident, I'd rather pay $50 and get it done instead of waiting 2-3 months. So that system needed to be changed, and it's been changed already.
Well, what needs to be changed? The fines need to go higher, or we need to streamline the process so we're not waiting 3 months?
Yeah, we recently increased the maximum fine to 10 grand. So we want to give a strong warning to the community, to the resident, and the general contractor, and you cannot do that. So I hope that warning will work, and we'll have everybody have to get the permit. Just like when you go stop sign, not just because you can pass through. Everybody have to stop at the red light.
So if the penalties are going to go up and people were just kind of waiting, oh, don't worry about it, we'll just pay the fine later. What are you doing on the other end of that to streamline so people aren't waiting 3 months and not have the use of their bathroom for 3 months or not have the use of their kitchen for 3 months? Is the other end been streamlined to improve that so people aren't trying to get around those permits?
Nobody can get around the permit. That is our, just like as I said, red light, everybody has to stop, waiting for the green light. If somebody pass through the red light, they're gonna be, at some point, they have a big accident. So the rule have to be applied to everybody same way. Nobody go above the rule or law.
Well, there you go. Let's talk a little about some old resolution of the board situations, in terms of fruit trees. I know we talked about that. I talked about it recently with another board about the fruit trees rule. What's going on there?
Yeah, about a year or 2 years ago, about 3-4 years ago, let me take back, 3-4 years ago, because of the rodent problems, all that, and the third mutual board passed the resolution, and anybody who buy house or condo at buyers have to remove all the fruit tree around the house, around the condo. Because of that. That was about 3-4 years ago. And I don't have any clear data and that really decreased the rodent problem. And not only that, United does not have that resolution at all.
Okay.
And it is the same community. So a lot of residents are complaining, new buyers complaining. So we look at it, and so first of all, it didn't work. Second, it's a lot of cost, and why there are tree already there? Why you take it out?
Right.
Yeah. So we changed that, and so now the resident keep that tree, but he or she have to take care of it. So a lot of rule like that. This is a 60 years old community plus. And so there's so many resolutions outdated or not fit to current situation. So we need to review it, we need to update it, we need to accommodate whatever new technology, new situations, we need to do that.
Let's talk a little bit about that. Like you said, these village buildings are 60-year-old buildings, and they are kind of stuck in time in a sense in terms of the codes that were there, the building structures that were there, and all of that. What are you guys looking at in terms of all this? Is all kind of comes at once in terms of the renovations and things like that have to happen.
Yeah, this is a beautiful place. Location is perfect. But 60, 70 years ago, when they started, there was nothing around here. Only this building started. So they're trying to do a lot of things. But the builders at that time, they are very conscious about the cost. So this is not custom-made house, custom-made condo. It is all spec house. They're trying to cut the cost, expenses, and in many ways they done that. And so another thing is that this building is not getting any younger. Every year getting older, that means we're gonna have more problems, which it is. Right now, we have so many problems. And as much as we're trying to maintain and upgrading it HOA-wise, and then also most of the residents trying to upgrade it, they spend a lot of money, somewhere between 10 grand to $300-400
In terms
grand.
of plumbing and electrical, and the times have changed. Now we have EV charging cars and those kinds of things. So there's a lot.
Yeah. So at that time, there's no EV. So right now, there's more EVs, and the EV charging, we have problems. And especially garden villa buildings, EV charging is a big problem. We're trying to improve the wiring. It's gonna cost a lot, and we are scratching our head at this time. But at some point, we have to do it, but we don't know how. For instance, at that time, we didn't think there was so many people gonna have retired people. So many people have one car or even two cars. On top of that, you have a golf cart. Even husband and wife maybe two golf carts. Where that gonna be all parked? Was not considered that at that time.
Right.
So all those are creating problems right now. We need to solve that. And we don't know how to do it. And we're trying to do like a bandage work right now. But I like to see that the long-term range and how we're gonna fix it, or how we're gonna give a future, what we're gonna do.
Okay. Let's talk about some of the costs that the realities of the cost on property insurance and other things like that. We got a slide here from what the property insurance is. It's really gone up. That's usually the number you see, but it's really gone up kind of significantly since just 2021.
Yeah, one of the expense is big expense is property insurance. There is a property insurance yearly goes up. Some years going up significantly, some years less. At least like CPI is going up 3%, at most 5%, but insurance going up much higher. There's several reasons for that. One is product value here is appreciated, that many things by market. Second one is the people or resident upgrading their unit. So let's say I bought $500,000 and upgraded about 200 grand, and it goes up higher.
Right, so the value of what it's being insured is going up, so naturally the insurance goes up.
And that goes up. So we're trying to do curtail that increasing because it's big cost. And so one thing is we want to have a bigger market. So last year we combined the United and the Third Mutual. We have a little bit better negotiation power. Also, take a little bit more risk, then we may have to bring it up to deductible. Let's say, just a car, we say $1,000 deductible, and then if we bring it up $2,000 deductible, insurance gonna go cost down. Or we shop around and we make a better deal. So there's a lot of effort trying to contain the insurance costs right now.
Okay, well, that's one heck of an update. I want to thank you very much, Moon Young from Third, just for coming in today and giving us all this information. It was great stuff. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you.
All right, folks, you're watching This Day. We'll be right back.
The carnival is coming to town. The Pickleball Club Adult Carnival is a fundraiser for our firefighting community. The carnival will be a blast. Horse racing, ring toss, darts, great raffles, fun prizes, and tasty food. $25 cash entry fee, food, raffles, and GRF bar are extra. Support our firefighters. Sunday, June 8th, Clubhouse 1, doors open at 5:30.
Hi, my name is Dr. Faramant. Brilliant Smile has been the premier dental office of Laguna Woods Village for over 30 years now. We take the extra time to understand our patients' unique needs. We truly care about your happiness and dental wellness. We always provide the absolute highest quality of dental work at very affordable prices in a very relaxing environment. Stop by or give us a call and experience the Brilliant Smile difference. We are conveniently located close to Gate 6.
And welcome back, folks. Let's talk about our Friday and Saturday movies. We got some good ones for you. Way Home is going to be on Friday, and it is going to be by Harvard Eye Associates, 2 p.m. and 6 p.m. with the subtitles. It is a foreign language film, so that will be that. And then on Saturday, The Lost Weekend, a classic movie from way back in the day, 2 p.m. with the subtitles, 6 p.m. without the subtitles, brought to us by RadNet, a great classic movie and Academy Award winner as well. You want to catch that one for sure. All right, that's going to do it for this edition of This Day. Tomorrow on the program, we want to welcome Bocce Club and Sports Corner to the program. So we're looking forward to that one, and I'll be here too, so there you go. That's going to do it for this edition of This Day. For all of us here at Village Television, we hope you make this day a great one.